My name is John Cooper. I'm also a lawyer. The Mental Health Association obviously is very concerned about the welfare and care of people who are mentally ill. We do not want to see the police department use any of those tools that are in your toolbox on people who are mentally ill. We are very pleased that you are seeking training. We are sure it's proper and professional training and won't interfere to try and tell you what that is, to train your crisis intervention team in non-violent, non-confrontational techniques to deal with people who are mentally ill. We believe firmly that the first and most important technique for dealing with someone who's mentally ill is to talk to them and employ what you learn in the crisis intervention team. And we urge you to do that. We, of course, recognize the need for safety of police officers. And we understand that that's very important. I'd like to pay a little attention to the documents that I picked up in the back of the room. The first one is your police bulletin of 5/27/11, which says that an incident involving an armed person who appears to be suffering from mental illness. An armed person is obviously a very dangerous situation for you. And if they appear to be mentally ill, then that's quite a different situation. But if the person is not armed, and if the person appears to be in crisis, then none of these weapons, including a taser, would be appropriate.
We only want them when the person's armed.
Okay, then I think that you're, I also looked at your order here, and it doesn't make that as clear as I think it should. And then, with regard to further down, if that's in there, then I would urge you to make it quite clear so that everyone understands. Then in your statement here on 5/27/11, it says, may not discharge a firearm. What I heard the chief say a few minutes ago, I didn't hear that taser was different than a firearm, but I would urge you to say that this would include a taser.
Fair enough.
Okay, and then with regard to your general order, I guess you've got a more recent draft than this.
Yes.
But with regard to your general order, I picked up the one that's in the back. There appears to be several statements. One on page 2 under section D that says, intended for situations in which a subject reasonably presents an imminent physical threat to him or herself. I think that's inconsistent with what's said in your 5/27/11 statement. If I would urge you.
That was actually pointed out at the last meeting, and that'll be taken care of.
Okay, and then you say that again on the next page, the third page. If that's recognized, then I thank you, because I only picked up what was back there. The other comment that I have is that on page 2 it says the intentional use of 2 or more times, and then on page 3 it says 3 or more times. I hope on page 4 it doesn't say 4 or more times. But I would request, and the Mental Health Association would request that you take these inconsistencies out, and that you say that any of your weapons would be used as matters of last resort, and that the crisis intervention team would use their professional skills first and foremost until either the police officer is threatened or some person other than the intended target.
That's exactly our mission. That's our goal.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for the hearing.